Hey guys, this is Sperry. I have not really decided on a working title for this video yet, so I haven't made one, but there will be some random title that might not be exactly what I'm talking about here, but essentially this video is going to be a response to the most popular elements of feedback that I received for my video I made about why Toontown is dying, and there were some inklings of validity to these statements. In fact, these were all pretty valid arguments for the most part. However, I don't really agree with them, and I did take them into account when I made that last video, so I'm going to talk a little bit about them today, and hopefully address that. And again, if you disagree, that's fine. If you want to play this game, if you think the game's not dying, that's completely fine with me. I'm just offering up my own opinions. If you take it personally that I'm criticizing the development team or the game, I can understand why you're taking it personally, but that's not really my desire behind making the video. I'm really just trying to talk about how I feel about the game, and that's really about it. It's not designed to put anyone on blast or offend anyone. I'm really just echoing my own thoughts to my YouTube channel. So with that out of the way, let's talk about a few of the things that were talked about in the last video. So I was told last time when I recorded this that, well, I wasn't playing during primetime hours, and that was causing the game to not be as popular. So I recorded the last one somewhere around, what was it, like 1 p.m. Toontown time, which would have meant that some people were still in school. So look at this, I'm recording this one at 8:23 p.m. So almost everyone will still be awake. Anyone who's seriously playing the game, I seriously doubt that the vast majority of players playing this game are asleep. Still only one district that's even green. This one's admittedly slightly more crowded than it was during the day, but really we have just about the same population. Just about like 50 more people are playing right now than we're playing during the day. So it's actually a lot more constant than one would think. The only time zone that's probably even remotely asleep, some people on the East Coast might be asleep, but I would guess that almost everyone Central and Pacific time, everyone in Hawaii, everyone in the UK is pretty much awake right now. So even people in Australia should be awake right now. I'm just thinking of like random places. So there's no reason. Hey, we got a second green district, so there you go. But
Dean said burrung 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 brung brung burrung.
Fucking damn it. Stupid Discord. Well, we have to mute that. I'm not going to start this video over. But anyhow, like I was saying, there's really no major difference in the population between when I recorded this video and now. Unless you're playing during absolute prime time, by which I mean maybe peaks on the weekends, it might get up to like 1700. But really, if someone can give me a screenshot of the game having over 2,000 people on it, that's from a live time period, I'd love to see it. But as far as I can see, just most people are not playing this game maybe more than once a week. They might get on once in a while on the weekend, but point being, not a lot of people are playing this game on a consistent basis during the week right now. And of course, it is a private server. I will take that into account, but probably the only real measure anyone can really take seriously. I hate these people. They're really annoying, so I'm going to go somewhere else. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased and mean, but not really a big fan of that cat noise just spammed by people spewing garbage out of their mouths. But anyhow, like I was saying, popular games tend to have sustainable populations. You have people playing multiple times per week. You have people on quite frequently, and there will be dips. But my point behind all of this is that there are not very impressive numbers. Even with school being a factor, people are busy playing every single video game. Toontown is not the only video game that people need like free time to play. You need free time. Hey, look, my trees died. That's funny. But people need free time to play every single game that they want to play, yet they find time for other games. They just don't seem to be making time for Toontown. I know I find time for other games, but not for Toontown. And I think there are a lot of people who are in the same boat. So, really, as far as I'm concerned, the population, I should not have taken it at such an inopportune time, but I think that evening on a school night at a time when people would have time to play if they had gotten on earlier, I think this is a completely valid time to take the population check, and it is 1379, which is very low and no full districts. So, as far as I'm concerned, I think that point's still valid. Now, there are some other things people have been saying, most notably that I'm going way too hard on the team, about saying that I should be nicer to them because it's a free game, and for the fact that the team is doing this out of passion and working their hardest. I've mentioned both of those points many times in my other videos, and I don't think either point justifies the lack of direction this team has been taking. They've been trying to push out new content while having a small budget, and like I said, a very small team that does not have full-time access to this game. So the same point people are bringing up in the comments about how I'm being too hard on these people for expecting new content when they're doing this on a passion project and they don't have time, and they're doing this out of the love of their hearts and they don't have time to make things better. I actually completely agree with most of those facts. However, they're being idiotic about it because they should not be trying to do new content like a World of Warcraft should, like a League of Legends should. They simply cannot produce new content to the standards of the populace that wants the new content in a timely manner. It would take them 10 years to make a new world to the standards that people would expect out of a free MMO. They just have a tiny team. There's no way to get the resources together to make meaningful new content that people will seriously appreciate. It's not going to happen. And lying about it, promising it, trying to do it futilely, while skipping all that bug process, because, that takes too much time to decode everything. No, that's not the way you do it. What they need to do is they need to just be honest, scrap all that shit, and actually try to do something that they have the resources and willpower to do, which is bug fix. But they don't want to do that. And so, no, I'm not upset at all about the fact that they're not putting out new content. I'm upset that they're trying to put out new content when they can't. They don't have the resources to do so. It just simply is not going to happen. Holding themselves to the standards of putting out new content is trying to compare themselves to other games with more resources, even other free games with more resources. So no, that's not what they want to do. What they need to do is take their existing product. They're a private server. They didn't create this game. They don't have the creative genius to make this game work. The team that made TTR, they're not completely incompetent at everything they do. However, they did not design this game. They took the code from a game that was made by other people, and they put it up. They need to maintain that code and stop trying to act like they know enough of what they're doing to make new content that people actually like, because in my opinion, they don't. They also don't have the resources to do so. So, no, I actually agree that this is a free game, and I do agree that that should be taken into consideration, but I don't believe that just because something's free means it's above criticism whatsoever. Because for anybody playing this game, they have to consider, I'm not paying with my money when I play this game, but I am paying with my time. I could be doing other things with my life. I could be playing other games I enjoy more. I could be reading, studying, watching videos. Playing this game has to be important enough to me as a user to want to play it. And if I'm not happy with my experience just because this game is made by people who love what they're doing and are doing it out of passion, and just because I'm not paying for it doesn't mean that I don't have the right to criticize something and say this is what they could be doing to make it better. Because what really upsets me is not that I don't expect perfection. I actually would never expect new content, and I think it would be unreasonable to expect new content. It's not possible, and it's not going to happen. I've made many videos before on all these stupid empty promises they've done with new content. It's not going to happen. And the reason why I said at the end of the last video that they need to do something huge and, go crazy and just add stupid shit, the reason why I said that is because they lost the trust of everybody. Alternatively, instead of doing all that, instead of trying to buy themselves time to stop the bleed, they could alternatively, instead of going through all that shit, because I was getting a little bit sensationalist and dramatic there, what they could do instead is just focus on trying to make what they have better. And just apologize for the direction they've taken, and actually try to actively bug fix and maintain what they have instead of making these empty promises and trying to code these parties and stuff that are just going to make the game worse. So, I agree. the end of the last video, I got a little bit off track. I shouldn't have said all that random shit. But that was really just me going off a little bit sensationalistically, and I apologize for that. So no, that criticism is completely valid. But, point being, I don't think that criticizing Toontown just because it's a free game is fundamentally wrong. If you disagree, then it doesn't matter what I say because we have a fundamental disagreement on that point, and that will not be rectified. So, that's just something you'll have to understand when you listen to me, is that I believe that it is fundamentally fine to disagree with a company just because I don't pay for it. And if you don't, you don't. That's fine. I mean, I don't know. Either way, that's I think we're going to get rid of that one. And so I pretty much combined the two ideas. I understand that the staff is not going into this with bad intentions, but they are failing at their objectives. They're not running the game in a manner that they should be proud of, in my opinion. A lot of people would disagree with me on this. A lot of people would say they're doing a great job of what they've been given. I don't agree. And if that bothers you, I understand. That's just my opinion. I'm sure that a lot of the members of the team, if they're viewing this video, are probably uncomfortable by that. And I can understand why. I'm sure if you're friends with one of those members, maybe you really like that person, maybe you watch their content, maybe you're a fan of Joey Z, maybe you're a fan of Slate Blue Rabbit, somebody else, some personality in the community speaks to you. That's okay. But in the same way that you're saying that I'm biased, I think you have to also take into the fact that if you're emotionally drawn to either the game or to the people making it, if you have an emotional connection to them, you may be not seeing completely objectively some of the flaws that they're making with this game and how easily correctable they are, how simply it would be to stop trying to promise this empty content and actually try to make the game work, and to be more honest and transparent about their limitations and about the process they have to go through with the player base. Instead, we get a very non-transparent system where they try to convolute and hide everything because they're afraid of disappointing people. And it just ends up with a lot of false promises and a lot of shitty content that breaks the game, and a lot of ignoring of the most serious problems that stop new people from playing and make veterans quit. And all that's fine. It's just what they decided to do. So at the end of the day, yes, am I probably, like, what I should probably stop doing is just, I don't want to see this game die. That's not what I want to see, but I do believe this game is dying. So I'm not on the side where I don't want to see this game die. That's not my goal. If I wanted to see this game die, I would stop playing and try to get other people to stop playing too. If you're watching this video, I'm not telling you to quit the game. I'd like to be honest about the way I feel, which is that I don't think this game's headed in a good direction. I think they need to modify the way they're handling things, and I don't think they're going to. I think we're going to see the same thing of empty promises, patchwork content that breaks the game even further. If I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong. I guarantee you everything's going to be behind schedule and be broken, and they're still going to release it anyway because they have this coding philosophy that releasing something broken is better than releasing something... It's better to release something broken than nothing at all, which is not true at all. And, I mean, this game is just... The way they're running it has turned into a disaster, in my opinion. And I just kind of wanted to make this video to address the points. I already know that a lot of people don't really like what I have to say on this topic because, to be very fair, I'm being very negative on the topic. Part of that might have to do with the fact that I'm kind of a negative person. I'm just kind of at a negative point in my life. That's my personal bias that I acknowledge. But I also think that a lot of the people defending this game have their own personal biases that they should acknowledge as well. And if we can acknowledge this is the way I feel and why I feel it, it's just my opinion and I don't wish ill for this game. I'm just addressing my concerns. Hopefully we're all cool. And really this channel seems to be kind of in a way where it's dying. We're losing a lot of subs, getting a lot of unsubscribers, not getting as many views and getting a lot more dislikes. And that's alright. If you guys don't want to hear my rants, if you'd prefer for me to just do gameplay or just stop making videos, that's completely fine. Because I truly do take all your criticism to heart and I read all the comments, and I do sincerely look at every comment of dissent and really evaluate if I made a mistake in my argument. And I feel like I've been doing that a lot recently. I think I did it much worse on the donation video than I did here, but I just wanted to say that. So, if my rants are dog shit, just tell me. Just give me a 3-second, just give me a 3-comment thing. Your rants are dog shit. And I'll go off and do something else. I'll get you guys some gameplay, or I'll just take a break. Because I really am here to make videos for you guys. Above all else. And I'm highly insecure about the way these rants are turning out, because it seems like there's a lot of holes in them. Either way, I just wanted to say all that. I have a feeling this one's not going to get a great response either. But you know what? Fuck it, I'm posting it. I need something to post. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. And goodbye for now.